things that I mentioned.
What's going on, guys? Just wanted to start to get into this review. So right now what this review will be about is my 2011 Volkswagen GTI 2.0 turbocharged engine, which is front wheel drive and is I believe I already said 2011. And basically I'll go over a couple of points of, you know, what sticks out to me as personally owning this car, which I will get right into them right now. So one of the first things that really sticks out to me with this car is the color, which the color of my car is tornado red, which normally, I mean, any of the other cars that I would like to have, or before this, I would have never gotten red. But it happens. It was one of those things where on this GTI, it just, I don't know what it was, it just drew me to it, and I love the color. And honestly, I'm glad I made the choice because I just think it looks awesome, and that's definitely one thing I enjoy about it. One of the other things that I enjoy about this car is the engine. The 2.0 turbo TSI engine that I have in this car, which some of the other generations of GTIs have that FSI, and then stuff like that. They all have different engines, which out of all the engines, I do prefer this TSI 2.0 engine. I definitely enjoy it a lot. It definitely hasn't given me any problems, and I've already I've owned this car for over a year now, and it's really given me no problems whatsoever, which I absolutely love. And then on top of that, just the engine alone, the things that I love about it is, number one, that it's turbocharged, so it's definitely got some pickup, and it can definitely accelerate when I want it to. I mean, granted, is it the fastest, engine or, in a sense, car in the world? No, it's not by any means, but it's definitely quick, and it's definitely a very fun car, especially if you're going to be using this car as a daily driven car that you're using on a day-to-day basis. Honestly, this is a very fun car to have, very practical car at the same point. Which the other thing that I love about the engine is this car can get great gas mileage. It can absolutely great gas mileage, for day-to-day driving, and it's also a turbocharged car that can go pretty quick if you really, hammer down on the gas, So it's definitely got a little bit of, both, where you can save yourself some money and also, have fun with it when you want to. Which I have to say, I mean, to give an example on how good of gas mileage this thing can get, is normally on my daily commute to work, I can get, I mean, if I'm really, not accelerating staying the speed limit the whole way through, I could get up to 43 plus miles to the gallon, you know, and then to the tank, I think the most I've ever gotten out of one tank of this car was 465 miles, which was honestly incredible to me, because the average mileage from, you know, the fact from what they tell you is it's 31 highway, 21 city driving, which is good, you know, obviously for the fact of that this runs on premium gas and, you know, on, is it 93 premium gas, and you know, and can get that type of gas mileage, which is great, because I mean, with this car, honestly, I don't have to fill this car up for like a week and a half easily, you know, sometimes almost 2 weeks before I have to actually fill this car up. And it's not like I'm, you know, getting the car all the way to E and, you know, hoping and praying, you know, I can make it to a gas station. Like right when the gas light turns on, that's usually when I fill it, and it's never really let me down in that prospect. I mean, if I'm like driving hard all the time, yeah, you know what, the gas mileage will go down, but that's granted, you know, because I'm having a little bit more spirited driving. But that's another thing I love about the engine. And then another point that I like to say that I love about the engine is the sound. It's very, like, the sound of it, it's very unique, and it's very yeah, it's very unique. I can't explain it. Like, it's almost like a blender. It almost sounds like when you're driving it hard. Like if you're really getting on it and like you really start to hear the engine. When you start hearing the engine, it almost sounds like you have like a blender in there. Which, you know, granted, I don't mind. I really don't care, honestly. With me, if I can hear the engine, I can just, you know, obviously just feel the power, you know, a little bit, and nothing crazy. Which with this car, it's definitely, you can definitely feel it. I mean, it definitely won't, you know, throw you, you know, absolutely throw you in your seat, you know, but it definitely, I mean, you'll definitely feel it throw you back. Not anything crazy, not like, you know, launching you and hitting you to the seat, but it'll definitely throw you back a little bit when you get on it, especially if you're going fast. But yeah, that's another thing. And then going into another point is, I mean, the other point that I'm bringing up will be about the interior, which the things that I love about this interior, I mean, in general, the whole interior to begin with, I absolutely love. I mean, it's very, you can tell it's very nice. You know, it doesn't feel like cheap plastic or anything of that sort. It really looks like Volkswagen took the time and made sure they put, you know, some pretty quality interior pieces in here to make this car feel, you know, and look a lot more classier than, you know, other cars. Which, I mean, when you initially get into this car makes you feel like you're driving like at sometimes like a $40,000, $50,000 car just by the interior. You know, just with some of the stuff that they have. Like, it just looks, some of this just looks so sleek and everything. Like, it just makes you feel so comfortable. And breaking down some of the interior, some of the stuff that I love about the interior is, number one, I love this steering wheel that I'm holding on to right now. This steering wheel, when I first got into the car, this was one of the first things that I noticed. And I have to say, I love this steering wheel. Absolutely love this steering wheel. Which it's just so comfortable. The perforated leather on the top here is really nice. So like during the summer, it's not, you know, this thing doesn't get crazy hot or anything like that. And and even when it gets cold out, this actually stays, pretty neutral. It doesn't get cold, really that cold at all. Like, I'm not afraid to touch my steering wheel and be like, with my bare hands, because it's not like freezing. It's actually quite nice. And the nice thing about it is these controls here that you have, where you have your standard, volume controls. You can put, volume up or down. You can switch through your touchscreen menu with these. You can also hit the phone button, and which obviously this has Bluetooth on it, which not all of them do, but the one that I have has Bluetooth on it. And yeah, so you can make a phone call, and then on the other side it has the little menus that you have in your dashboard that you can change through, which right now I'm in the consumption menu, which basically it tells you, your how much gas, miles per gallon you're getting, right in the moment, on this trip. And then, you can switch over, you can know without having to look over at your dash, or not your dash, your touchscreen, you can look to see, okay, what, station am I listening to, or what type of music. And then it also goes into depth where you go into the phone menu, where you can go through here and, not have to necessarily pick up your phone and look through it. You can go through here, look at who you want to call or who's calling you, anything like that. It gives you the vehicle status, which basically tells you the last time you got this vehicle serviced. And then it also has another menu where it goes into all the settings and stuff like that. But the thing is, though, is it's only available when the vehicle is stationary. So like me driving right now, I couldn't access that, just because it's kind of like in a sense, like a fail-safe, or a safety feature that has a small little safety feature, so that you won't be trying to go through your settings and doing them. And it's just, nice little thing. I mean, the red stitching on this is fantastic. Absolutely love it. And then it's a flat bottom rim, not flat bottom rim, a flat bottom steering wheel, which is really nice, especially if you're a bigger person. You don't necessarily have to worry, with your legs bumping it, which for me, I mean, I got plenty of room right there. I mean, it's definitely really nice just to have that, where it takes a little bit less room, and it's just the little, I would say almost notches that it has on here for, for you to naturally hold the wheel is just great. Like, I can hold the wheels down here, and it feels great because it kind of fills up your hand. Same thing up here, same thing. Like, it just, this steering wheel is just fantastic, just absolutely fantastic. And then going into the other thing that I noticed after the steering wheel was the seats. The seats were fantastic. These are, the plaid cloth seats that are, I love them. I mean, the way they look, the way they feel, like they're out of the factory, like bucket seats, which are pretty nice. I mean, they're not, anything, not no sport bucket seats or anything like that, but they're definitely definitely bucket seats that definitely keep you in the car. I mean, with me, I'm not really moving. Like, my back is not really moving, and my butt isn't really moving, so the seat hugs you from the factory pretty well. And I mean, going through some turns, which actually I'm going to be going through some turns right now, is like, these windy back roads, you're not really, I mean, like, right now I just did a turn and barely even felt it, like, at all. And then here comes another one, which will be a little bit more curvy, which, yeah, see, it's, a slight little bend, going from there, and then going into here, you're not really moving. You're not really moving. I mean, this seat really hugs you very well, which is another reason why I enjoy this car, and definitely, definitely enjoy it a lot. And said, it's not the best seat, but it's definitely a great seat. And then the other thing that I enjoy about this car is it's a 6-speed manual transmission, which I don't think I mentioned it earlier, which I apologize for that. But it's a 6-speed transmission, which in my personal preference, I love that. It keeps you, I feel like you're more in tune with the car, you're more engaged with the car, and it keeps you more active with the car. And I mean, yeah, I think I get better gas mileage. There we go, not getter. I don't know what the heck I was saying there, but better gas mileage out of it. And it's just, like I said before, I feel more engaged, I feel more in tune with the car, and I'm not necessarily, getting bored with my day-to-day driving. Like, I love driving this car. Absolutely love driving this car. That's one thing that I would definitely say, like, this car in general is great for, people who have a small family, definitely college kids, definitely some responsible high school kids, just because of the fact of, this car you can definitely go pretty quick in. And the other thing that, most people, not necessarily, if you're buying this car, most people don't look at this if you're not into the car scene, but since I'm kind of into, modifying cars, Volkswagens are very, very, very mod friendly. Like, literally, there's, like, I could think of like 10, or no, I won't, yeah, like, no, there's actually like 10 different sites that I know of that are, for Volkswagens, Volkswagens and Audi, brand, basically. And it's just like, you can do so much, like, you can get any type of rims, sway bars, anything and everything. This car is so mod friendly, and honestly, for the most part, sometimes for pretty, I won't say crazy cheap, but you can get some really high quality products, or mods for these cars, and not have to necessarily break the bank all the time, which is another great thing. But that's not necessarily why you'd want to buy this car. Some people that is, but at least for me, that it was definitely, I took it into consideration, but that wasn't a priority. But yeah, and then another thing I like about it is, in here it's very spacious. It's not the most spacious car you could get, but it's definitely, the interior is good enough. It's really good. I can't really complain. I enjoy it, and with not having that many people in the car on a day-to-day basis is, basically, with me only driving, I'd say like 90% of the time in this car, I don't mind it at all, because honestly, I have enough space for myself to drive. Obviously, I have the 4-door hatch, so I can have people in the back and, in this front seat. But granted, I really don't think I have that many people that have actually been in my car and me drive around with it. Other than my family, I don't think anybody else has really been in my car, which is fine by me. I enjoy driving my car, and that's one thing that I love about this car is I enjoy driving it all the time. Like, it's one of those things where I'm never like, oh, you want to take your car? I'm always like, hey, we'll take my car. Or, unless it's like something where, I'm going on like a tremendous road trip and I really don't want to drive forever, which even then, most of the time I'll still be okay with it. I will be trying to drive this car because I just absolutely love it. Like, it's just, it's just great. Just a great car, and I can't complain. I can't complain at all. Really about anything in this car. It's just a great car, and it's one of those things where when I was initially looking to buy a car, I wanted to get a car that had that was more all-wheel drive friendly, because my previous car before this was Subaru Impreza, which loved the car. It was an older one, and I really didn't, and I really kind of wanted something with more pickup. I wanted a turbo. I really did. I really did want a turbo. And I mean, initially I was gonna try to get WRX or an STI, but then just budget wise and just thinking about it on day-to-day maintenance, I definitely thought about it, and I was like, you know what, it won't be worth the money, because yeah, I'll be paying up the yin yang with everything else, and yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily want to do that. But in all, I have to say this is a very good car. Definitely a reliable car so far for me after a year of ownership. And if you take care of these cars will take care of you, which I can definitely attest to. And yeah, so that's basically my review of this car. I mean, might not be the best review, but it's definitely a good review. So I mean, it's definitely my review of this car, is just how I feel about it and what it's like for me. But if you guys enjoyed it, definitely hit the like, share it, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you later.